It is a consistent comment that I'm getting a lot from Democrats, not just LGBTQ Democrats, not just transgender Democrats. There is frustration, and plenty of it, that party leaders, that elected Democrats aren't being seen to stand up, that they're complying in advance with the bullying and posturing that's coming from those abusing their government positions for personal and political gain. Democratic leaders, from the minority leaders to the chair of the Democratic National Committee, had better recognize that not being seen to stand up, not being seen to resist, is causing serious erosion among Democrats. And in the LGBTQ community, even the most stalwart of activists are more than angry, and understandably so. It isn't that we don't get the personal fear that elected officials are now feeling. That same fear that transgender people have felt ever since the election, and that trans women have felt even before that. But it's a question of, if you won't stand up now, if you won't refute the obvious lies and the disinformation coming from the Trump administration, well, what are you doing? And if you're listening to the Republicans posturing and saying, you'll own the shutdown if you reject the poison pills in the continuing resolution that the Christian nationalists are advancing, worrying that Trump can do even more damage with a government that's shut down than he can with a continuing resolution with the poison pills. Newsflash, we see that damage already. We see the unconstitutional executive orders that are getting affirmed by openly partisan Supreme Court justices. We see the right wing taking over major media outlets, rewriting history, making threats of putting people in asylums. And what we don't see is pushback. Chuck Schumer standing in the well of the Senate, mildly reading a rebuke, just doesn't do it. Now, I don't pretend to have all the answers, and I recognize that leadership may be seeing things that we out here don't. But what we do see is a football stadium full of the worst people honoring a racist, sexist, homophobic rabble-rouser whose assassination was unacceptable, but no more unacceptable than the hatred that he spewed while he was alive. And what we don't see is our leaders calling that out, calling it out as BS.